Welcome to Middle School Academic Derby. I'm Brent Anderson, and I'll be your moderator for today's match between the Panthers from Hunters Creek Middle School and the Colts from Southwest Middle School. Let's get started by introducing our teams. First, we have our team from Southwest Middle School, coached by Kara Jackson and Alyssa Cargbo.
Brittany Henson, 8th grade.
Taylor, grade 7.
Aubrey, grade 6.
Peyton, grade 7.
And now our team from Hunters Creek Middle School, coached by Jeffrey Ardito.
Justin, grade 8.
Olivia, grade 7.
Lucas, grade 8.
Connor, grade 6.
All right. Now, in our first round, we're going to ask 7 questions to each team. If the first team doesn't answer, the second team will have a chance at the same question. Once the first team has had a chance to answer all their questions, the second team will have the same opportunity. In our first round, we begin with our team on the top row, which is Hunters Creek. So go ahead and pick your buzzers up, and let's get ready. We're going to start you off with a U.S. writers question. Name the writer and publisher of the following aphorisms. Quote, God helps them that help themselves, end quote, and, quote, the heart of the fool is in his mouth, end quote. All right, Southwest. All right, we find those quotes in Poor Richard's Almanac, and Benjamin Franklin is the person we're looking for there. All right, next we have a math terms for you guys, Hunters Creek. I will tell you this is a math terms, no computation on this one, so I'm only going to read this question one time and no extra time to come up with an answer. Which term beginning with P is used to describe 2 lines having the same slope? Connor.
Parallel.
Parallel is correct. All right, Hunters Creek, your next question is a U.S. groups or U.S. organizations question. In 1995, a 3.1 million member veterans organization called for former Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara to donate royalties from his book to vets rather than profit from his confession that the Vietnam War was wrong. Name this veterans group. All right, Southwest. All right, this group is the American Legion, Next, we have a science technology question for you, Hunters Creek. Identify the small electronic device used to control the flow of electricity in radio equipment. Its name is derived from the words transfer and resistor. All right, Southwest. All right, we combine those 2 words together and we get transistor, a transistor. Next, we have a literature question for you, Hunters Creek. Name William Golding's book featuring Jack, Piggy, and Ralph in a story about survival on a deserted island. All right, Southwest. All right, that book is Lord of the Flies, Lord of the Flies. We have a science question for you now. Hunters Creek, which word is used in radio for the number of times an electric wave vibrates each second? Connor.
Hertz.
No, not hertz. Southwest. All right, a brave guess on that one, Connor. Frequency is what we're looking for there, the frequency of a wave, a radio wave. All right, and our final question, Hunters Creek, for you guys for this round is a European cities question. In which German city did the United States unveil a plaque in 1992 at the future site of its embassy beside the Brandenburg Gate? Connor.
Berlin.
Berlin is the correct answer. All right. We're going to move now to our team from Southwest for your questions. So buzzer's ready with you guys. Which three-digit telephone prefix, used for long-distance information and by the entertainment industry to avoid giving a real phone number in movies and on TV shows, is now being given out to businesses nationwide? Brittany.
555.
That is correct. If you've ever wondered why 555 is the beginning number for everybody's phone number, there you go. All right, next we have a U.S. Civil War battles question for you, Southwest. In which U.S. state was the Battle of Bull Run fought? All right, Hunters Creek. Connor.
Virginia.
Virginia is correct. All right, next we have a sayings question. Which word completes the following proverb? A man is known by the company he blanks. Peyton.
Owns.
No, not owns. Hunters Creek. Lucas.
Runs.
No, not runs. This time you guys were thinking the business company. We're thinking here of people you hang around with. You're known by the company that you keep, the company he keeps. All right, next we have a math question for you, Southwest. This one does involve computation, so pencil and paper ready, and I will read the question twice, and you will have some extra time to come up with the answer. If n represents a number, what expression represents 6 more than 1/2 the number? So again, if n represents a number, what expression represents 6 more than 1/2 the number? Peyton.
1/2 n plus 6.
That is correct. 1/2 n plus 6. All right, next we have a World War II question for you, Southwest. Which ship was recognized in a 2005 exhibit at Honolulu as the ship with the second highest casualties at 429 men during the December 11th, 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor? It's named for the Sooner State, whose history is celebrated in a Broadway musical. All right, Hunters Creek. All right, that ship is the USS Oklahoma. The USS Oklahoma. All right, next we have a health question for you, Southwest. Which of the following is not a signal of a stroke? Sudden fever, sudden loss of vision, sudden numbness in the arm, or sudden dizziness? Aubrey.
Sudden loss of vision.
That's incorrect. Hunters Creek. Lucas.
Sudden numbness in the arm.
No, those are both signals. If somebody has a sudden fever, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're having a stroke. So sudden fever is what we're looking at there. Finally, our last question in this round goes to Southwest here, and it is a literature question. In which work by George Orwell does a pig lead a revolt on Manor Farm? Brittany.
Charlotte's Web.
Not Charlotte's Web. Hunters Creek. All right, that novel is Animal Farm. Animal Farm by George Orwell. All right, that's the end of our first round. We'll be right back with our score after this break.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back to Middle School Academic Derby. After our first round, the score is Hunters Creek 6 and Southwest 4. We're going to move now into our bonus round where either team may buzz in and answer the question. If the question's answered correctly, there will be 4 bonus questions asked in which the answer must be given to the captain of the team. We have some new team members, so let's introduce them now, beginning with our team from Southwest Middle.
Ricky Arnold, grade 7.
Abigail Smith, grade 6.
Jessica Baker, grade 6.
And now our new players from Hunters Creek Middle.
Julie, 7th grade.
Shelby, grade 7.
All right. Now, Brittany, you're the captain for your team, and Lucas, you're the captain for your team. Okay. Go ahead and pick up your buzzers. This is for everybody to have a chance at, and we're going to begin with a famous people question. Who accompanied Meriwether Lewis on the first recorded exploration by white people of the Missouri and Columbia rivers in the early part of the 19th century? All right, Meriwether Lewis was accompanied by William Clark, Lewis and Clark expedition. All right, next question for everybody is a terms question, Which term, beginning with the letter B, is used in ecology to designate all plants, animals, and other organisms that make up a distinct natural community in any climatic region? Brittany?
Ecosystem.
No, not an ecosystem. Julie?
Biology.
Closer, biome. A biome is what we're looking for there. All right, our next question is going to be fill in the blank. All right. Which word completes the name Sons of Blank that identifies the group of secret societies formed in 1765 by colonists to protest the British Stamp Act throughout the country? Ricky?
Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty is correct. All right, Southwest, here are your 4 bonus questions. Complete the names of each of the following concerning sites in the United States. So I'm going to give you a description and you complete the site name. Number 1, Craters of the Blank, a desolate area in Idaho. Number 2, Blue Blank Mountains, a formation that forms a substantial part of the Appalachians. Number 3, Blank Crater, a huge scar in the Arizona desert. And number 4, White Blank National Monument, a large gypsum dune in New Mexico. All right, Brittany, what you got? All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Brittany, anything?
For number 2, we have Ridge.
All right, and anything for 1, 3, or 4?
No.
All right, that is correct for number 2. All right, Lucas, anything for 1, 3, or 4?
No.
All right, we're looking for number 1 was Craters of the Moon. Number 3 is Meteor Crater in Arizona. And number 4 is the White Sands National Monument. All right, this one is for everybody, and it is a math question. It does involve some computation or putting together an equation, so we'll read it twice and you have a little extra time to come up with the answer. Give the slope-intercept form of the linear equation with y-intercept -10 and a slope of -5. So again, give the slope-intercept form of the linear equation with y-intercept -10 and a slope of -5. Shelby?
Y equals -5x minus 10.
That is correct. All right. And Hunters Creek, here are your 4 bonus questions. Answer each of the following questions about signed integers. All right. And they are all, let's see, yep, they're all equations. So I'll read through them one time and then I'll come back and read through them again and a little bit of extra time to come up with these. So listen closely as we go through them the first time, and then we'll come back and read through them again. Number 1, what is the sum of -6 and -7? Number 2, what do you get if you subtract -2 from -7? Number 3, what do you get if you multiply -3 and -5? And number 4, what do you get if you divide -10 by 5? So again, number 1, what is the sum of -6 and -7? Number 2, what do you get if you subtract -2 from -7? Number 3, what do you get if you multiply -3 and -5? And number 4, what do you get if you divide -10 from -10 by 5? All right, Lucas, whenever you're ready.
For number 1, we have -13. Number 2, we have -5. Number 3, we have 15. And number 4, we have 2.
1, 2, and 3 are correct. All right, Brittany, anything for number 4?
-2.
That is correct. -2, Lucas, it is a negative. When you have a negative divided by a positive, that gives you a negative. All right, so good questions there. All right, we're going to move now back into a question for everybody. So go ahead and pick up your buzzers. And we are going to a scientific terms question, scientific terms. What term is used to name one-celled protists that can be found in numbers of up to 300,000 in 1 gram of soil? This term means first animals. Abigail.
Pioneer organisms.
Good guess, but not correct. Hunters Creek? All right. Protozoa. Protozoa. When you started with the P, I was like, oh, so close. All right, but it's protozoa. Protozoa. All right, our next question for everybody is a U.S. President's question. Identify the U.S. President during whose administration Tripoli declared war on America, the U.S. Military Academy opened, and the Supreme Court decided the case of Marbury versus Madison in the years 1801, 1802, and Ricky.
Was it Thomas Jefferson?
That would be correct. And it was Thomas Jefferson. All right. All right, Southwest, here are your 4 bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning Thomas Jefferson. Number 1, Virginia town near which his home is located. Let me read that one again. Virginia town near which his home is located. Number 2, name of his home. Number 3, North African pirates against whom he declared war. And number 4, the wife of his Secretary of State who served as White House hostess. All right, Brittany, what you got?
For 1, we have Richmond.
Okay, anything for 2, 3, or 4? All right, that is incorrect. All right, so Lucas, all 4 of them are still available for you guys?
For number 2, we have Monticello.
All right, anything for 1, 3, or 4?
For 1, Jamestown.
Okay, anything else? All right, all right, no, number 1 was not correct, but number 2 was correct. Okay, that is the correct name of his home, was Monticello. You guys were a little too far east in Virginia. We're looking western in Virginia. It's Charlottesville is where his home is located near. The Barbary Pirates were the North African pirates, and Dolly Madison served as hostess of the White House during his administration. All right, that bell tells us that we've come to the end of our second round. We'll be right back with our lightning round and our score after this break. Please stay tuned.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood,
To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you!
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
How about the hand?
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Zane!
Welcome back to Middle School Academic Derby Lightning Round. At the end of our second round, the score is Hunters Creek 16 and Southwest 12. We have some new team members this round, so let's meet them, beginning with our team from Southwest Middle School.
Ian Lehman, 8th grade.
All right, and now our new players from Hunters Creek.
Olivia, grade 8. Annalyn, grade 8.
All right. Now for our lightning round, we're going to be asking a series of 20 questions in 2 minutes. Remember, players, you must wait until I call your name before you answer, and any incorrect answers will give points to the other team. And I will tell you that in this lightning round, all of the answers that will be given begin with the letter E. The letter E. All right. So if you will, go ahead and pick up your buzzers and we will get started. Inventor of the electric light bulb and the phonograph. Shelby.
Thomas Edison.
Correct. According to a proverb, you can't make an omelet without breaking these. Shelby.
Eggs.
Correct. Green plants that do not shed all their leaves in the winter. Ian.
Evergreens.
Correct. Ancient nation once ruled by King Tut. Ian.
Egypt.
Correct. Large metal structure dominating the skyline of Paris, France. Connor.
The Eiffel Tower.
Correct. First woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Connor.
Amelia Earhart.
Correct. Imaginary line around the Earth midway between. Jessica.
Equator.
Correct. Only Great Lake bordering Pennsylvania. Olivia.
Erie.
Correct. Vibrations of the Earth's crust usually caused by. Annalyn.
Earthquake.
Correct. In Greek mythology, a maiden who fell in love with Narcissus and faded away until only her voice. Shelby.
Echo.
Correct. 34th President of the United States. Time. A subatomic particle with a negative charge. Olivia.
Electron.
Correct. A valuable green gemstone which serves as part of the nickname. Ian.
Emerald.
Correct, for Ireland. The most widely spread language in the world, and the one. Shelby.
English.
Correct. Latin motto of the United States, meaning out of many, one. Time. In mathematics, a statement of equality using numbers, symbols, and signs. Jessica.
Equation.
Correct. The bald one is not bald, but has white feathers on its. Annalyn.
Eagle.
Correct. A long poem telling adventures of a hero such as. Ian.
Epic.
Correct. And a moving stairway. Olivia.
Elevator.
Incorrect. The bitter leaves of this plant are the only thing koalas eat. Shelby.
Eucalyptus.
And that is correct. All right. And those are our questions. So let's see what we got here. 34th president was Eisenhower. Dwight Eisenhower. Out of many, one. It's on all of our money. E pluribus unum. E pluribus unum. And the escalator, not the elevator. Good job, though. All right, good job, teams. And that ends our final round. We'll be right back with our final score after this break. Please stay tuned.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back. Our final score for today's match is Hunters Creek 36 and Southwest 26. We'd like to thank everybody for watching and ask you to please stay tuned for our next match featuring Newbridge Middle School and Northwoods Park Middle School. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great admiration to award the Marine Chevrolet Cadillac Woman of the Year, Onslow County School Board Chair, Pam Thomas.
Thank you very much to the chamber and to all the people in this room. I really am not worthy of this honor. Many of you are, and I'm sure that you will be here sooner or later because you certainly deserve it as well. I would like to first thank my God for giving me the strength and giving me a servant's heart. My mom is 91 years old and she's here at her home, but she couldn't be here, I'm sure, or she would have been, because you would have invited her. But I do owe everything that I am to the model that she and my father gave to us children and said to us a long time ago that if we would act as a servant of the people, we would be rich beyond any money in the world. And I enjoy what I do. I believe in this community. I know that you believe in it too, and I hope that we will work together to continue to make Onslow County the best city and county in the state. Thank you so much for this honor.
Welcome to Middle School Academic Derby. I'm Brent Anderson, and I'll be your moderator for today's match between the Dolphins from Northwoods Park Middle School and the Bears from Newbridge Middle School. So let's get started by introducing our teams. First, we're going to meet our team from Newbridge Middle School, coached by Miss Angie Bender.
Kai, 6th grade.
Sophia, 8th grade.
Lauren, 8th grade.
Eliana, 7th grade.
And now our team from Northwoods Park Middle School, coached by Denise Izell.
Sydney Oda, grade 6.
Jalissa, grade 7.
Jacob Coleman, grade 8.
Isabel McDonald, grade 8.
All right. Now in our first round, we're going to ask 7 questions to each team. If the first team doesn't answer, the second team will have a chance at the same question. After the first team has had a chance to hear all their questions, the second team will have the same opportunity. We're going to begin this round, as always, with our team on the top row, which is Northwoods Park. So go ahead and get your buzzers ready. And we're going to start you right out of the gate with a math question. There is possibly a little bit of computation here that you might need to look at. So I'll read it twice, and you have a little bit of extra time to come up with the answer. How many times will the hands of a clock form a 90-degree angle as the time goes from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.? So again, how many times will the hands of a clock form a 90-degree angle as the time goes from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.? Jacob?
4.
That's incorrect. Newbridge? Kai?
0.
That's incorrect also. It'll hit a 90-degree angle 2 times in that 1 hour trip as it goes around the face of the clock. All right, next we have an acronyms question for you, Northwoods Park. What do R and D, Jacob?
Research and development.
That's correct, when used in the name of a department in a large company. All right. Next we have a terms question for you, Northwoods Park. When the U.S. signed the SEATO, S-E-A-T-O treaty in 1954 with 7 other nations in Asia in order to prevent communist expansion there, it acted on the basis of which theory? A belief that if one nation in this area fell to communism, Jacob?
The domino effect?
Yeah, we'll give you that one, the domino effect, domino theory, that one would topple over one after another. So the domino theory, will go with domino effect on that one. All right, next we have a language question for you, Northwoods Park. What word beginning with the letter T and derived from the Polynesian language of the South Sea island of Tonga designates something that a culture considers an improper or even sacrilegious action? All right, Newbridge. Sophia.
Taboo.
Taboo is correct. All right, next we have a math question for you guys, Northwoods Park. Read it twice and again have a little extra time to come up with the answer. How many items are in 2 gross? So again, how many items are in 2 gross? All right, Newbridge. Does require that one knows how many are in a gross, which is 144. So 2 gross would be 288. 288. All right, our next question is a world geography question for you, Northwoods Park. Former Soviet republics Azerbaijan and Armenia continue to fight over the disputed region Nagorno-Karabakh. In which mountains, beginning with C, is this region located? Jacob.
The Caucasus Mountains.
That is correct. And our final question for you, Northwoods Park, is a biology question. What have you hurt if you've injured your maxilla or your mandible? Jacob.
Jaw.
Yes, that is correct. Jaw or your jawbone. All right. We're going to move now to Newbridge for your 7 questions. So here we go. We're going to start you off with a literary characters question. Name the assistant with whom the fictional Sherlock Holmes lives. Eliana.
John Watson.
That is correct. All right, next we have a music question for you, Newbridge. Singers Placido Domingo, Jose Carreras, and Luciano Pavarotti held a concert under the Eiffel Tower to celebrate the 1998 World Cup. What word, derived from the Latin word for to hold, designates their voice range, one of the highest of the male voice types? Lauren.
Tenor.
Tenor is correct. Next, we have a vocabulary question for you, Newbridge. Which word, beginning with a G, and from the Latin for to gnaw, is used in medicine to designate the decay and death of tissue when the blood supply to that area is impeded by injury or disease? Jacob.
Necrotic.
Yeah, we'll take that. Necrotic, gangrene, necrotic or necrosis, and mortification all identify the same problem. Well, actually, no, we can't take that one. I'm sorry, Jacob. We misread there. We did specify beginning with a G, so we did have to go with gangrene on that one. So I'm sorry, that one is going to be incorrect. But that was one of the phrases that does describe that condition. All right. All right, next, we have European geography question for you. Which Eastern European country had in its name the names of its 2 official languages? In 1993, it split into 2 separate countries. Sophia.
Czechoslovakia.
That is correct. Czechoslovakia, split into the Czech Republic and Slovakia. All right, your next question, Newbridge, is a technology question. When a computer program sorts alphanumerically, in which 2 ways does it sort? All right, Northwoods Park. All right, alphanumeric sorting is by letters and by numerals. So it sorts them in those 2 ways. All right. Next, we have a famous Americans question for you. Identify the creator of the first newspaper cartoon, known as the Join or Die cartoon, which appeared on May 9th, 1754 in the Pennsylvania Gazette.
Benjamin Franklin.
That is correct. All right, Benjamin Franklin. And our final question for this round is a phrases question, Newbridge. Give the French phrase for, quote, according to the menu, or, quote, with a separate price for each item on the menu? Sophia?
A la carte.
That is correct. All right, and that is the end of our first round. We'll be right back with our score after this message.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights. Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to Middle School Academic Derby. After our first round, the score is Newbridge 12 and Northwoods Park 8. We're going to move now into our bonus round where either team may buzz in and answer the question. If the question is answered correctly, there will be 4 bonus questions asked, which the answer must be given to the captain of the team. We have some new team members, so let's introduce them now, beginning with our team from Newbridge Middle School.
Alexander Gopchan, 7th grade.
Ian Hudson, 8th grade.
Harper, 6th grade.
Yasmin, 8th grade.
And now our new players from Northwoods Park Middle School.
Jada, grade 7.
Kako Santi, grade 8.
All right. Now, Ian, you're the captain for your team, and Jacob, you're the captain for your team. If you guys will go ahead and pick up your buzzers, we are going to get ready. And our first question, this is for anybody to ring in and answer, is a geography question. Some geographers consider Europe and Asia to be one continent because no, Jacob?
Is it Eurasia?
That is correct. And Northwoods Park, here are your 4 bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning geography. Number 1, the number of land masses formed by the 7 continents. Number 2, term for the narrow strip of land that connects North and South America. Number 3, continent on which the largest country crossed by the equator is located. And number 4, name of the largest country crossed by the equator on this continent. All right, Jacob, what you got?
For number 2, we have isthmus. For number 3, South America. And number 4, Brazil.
2, 3, and 4 are correct. Ian, anything for number 1?
Oh, for number 1, we have 4.
That is correct as well. All right, good job, guys. All right, we're going to move on to our next toss-up question. This is for everybody. It is a math question, and I will read this 2 times, and you have a little extra time to come up with the answer. So pencil and paper ready. What is the real cube root of negative 64? So again, what is the real cube root of negative 64? Ian.
Negative 4.
That is correct. All right. And Newbridge, here are your 4 bonus questions. And they are math questions, so I'm going to read through them 1 time, then I'll come back through and read through them again, and you have a little extra time to come up with those answers that you're going to give to Ian as captain. So answer the following questions. Number 1, how many hours are there in 15 days? Number 2, how many seconds are there in 19 minutes? Number 3, how many minutes are there in 23 hours? And number 4, how many hours are there in September? So again, number 1, how many hours are there in 15 days? Number 2, how many seconds are there in 19 minutes? Number 3, how many minutes are there in 23 hours? And number 4, how many hours are there in September? Yeah.
For number 1, we have 360. For number 2, we have 1,140. For number 3, we have 138. And for number 4, we have 720.
All right, number 1, 2, and 4 are correct. Jacob, anything for number 3? All right, a little higher than that, 1,380. 1,380. All right. Next, we have a literature toss-up question for everybody. Identify the author of the following passage from the Song of Hiawatha. Buried was the bloody hatchet. Buried was the dreadful war club. Buried were all warlike weapons, and the war cry was forgotten. There was peace among the nations. He also wrote Paul Revere's Ride. Alexander.
John Lasseter.
Incorrect. Northwoods Park? No takers on that one. All right. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Longfellow. All right, our next toss-up is going to be an English question, or English language toss-up. Give the English meaning of the root word juris that helps form the words jury, justice, and juror. Ian.
To judge.
No. Northwoods Park? All right, the English meaning of that word is law. Law. All right. Next, we have a general trivia question for you here. Name the popular British science fiction television show about a time-traveling humanoid Harper.
Doctor Who.
That is correct. All right. All right. Next, we have your 4 bonus questions. All right. Identify each of the following concerning events of 2013. Number 1, country which the United States called upon to provide a full account of the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests. Number 2, country north of China, Mongolia, and Kazakhstan, where a countrywide smoking ban in most public places went into effect. Number 3, country in which a 6.2 magnitude earthquake struck central Taiwan, killing at least 1 person. And number 4, the first African leader ever to receive the Congressional Gold Medal, who at that time was in the hospital. All right, Ian.
All right. For number 1, we have Israel. For number 2, we have Singapore. For number 3, we have Thailand. And number 4, Nelson Mandela.
And number 4 is correct. All right, Jacob, anything for 1, 2, or 3 from your team?
Number 1, we have China. For number 2, Russia.
All right, anything for number 3?
No, sir.
All right, number 1 and number 2 are correct. The Republic of China, Taiwan is the Republic of China we were looking for there. All right. Our next question is a U.S. President's question. Name the person who said, I pledge to you, or I pledge you to a new deal for the American people. Alexander.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
That is correct. He said that when he accepted the Democratic nomination for president in 1932. All right, Newbridge, here are your 4 bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning the word pledge. Number 1, money pledged to get a prisoner released from jail until his or her trial is held. Number 2, name by which the area now known as France was called when about 52 BC, a group of chiefs pledged to protect the area from Roman invaders. Number 3, compact signed by 41 men on November 11th, 1620, when they pledged to create a, quote, civil body politic based on the consent of the governed. And number 4, pledge that includes the words "with liberty and justice for all"? All right, Ian.
For number 1, we have bail. For number 2, we didn't get anything for number 2. For number 3, we have dictatorship. And for number 4, the Pledge of Allegiance.
Number 1 and number 4 are correct. All right, Jacob, anything from you guys for number 2 or number 3?
For number 2, we have Frankia.
All right, anything for 3?
No, sir.
All right, unfortunately that's not correct. Gaul is the area that we're talking about there, and the Mayflower Compact. The Mayflower Compact was what we're looking at with number 3. All right, that bell tells us that we have come to the end of our second round. Please stay tuned for our lightning round after this break.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Welcome back to Middle School Academic Derby Lightning Round. The score at the end of our second round is Newbridge 32 and Northwoods Park 20. We're going to meet our new team members now, beginning with our team from Newbridge Middle School.
Angela, 7th grade.
Taylor, 6th grade.
Jack, 6th grade.
And now our new player from Northwoods Park.
Aiden Hilton, grade 7.
All right. Now for the lightning round, we're going to be asking a series of 20 questions in 2 minutes. Remember, players, you must wait until I call your name before you answer. And incorrect answers will give points to the other team. If you're ready, go ahead and pick up your buzzers and we will get started. And I will tell you that all of the answers in this lightning round begin with the letter G. The letter G. All right. The Peach State. Isabel.
Georgia.
Correct. Home of the NFL's Packers. Jacob.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Correct. Famous suspension bridge across the entrance to Jacob.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Correct. 20th President of the United States, the second to be assassinated. Jacob.
Gerald Ford.
Incorrect. Soft yellow metallic element whose symbol is Aiden.
Gold.
Correct. European nation whose capital is Berlin. Jack.
Germany.
Correct. Tallest living land mammal. Aiden.
Giraffe.
Correct. Major battle of the Civil War in southern Sophia.
Gettysburg.
Correct. Enormous structure of coral along the eastern coast of Jacob.
Great Barrier Reef.
Correct. North Carolina city that is the home of East Carolina University. Sophia.
Greenville.
Correct. Examples are Goliath, Grop, the Jolly Green, Jack.
Giant.
Correct. The scientific study of the structure and composition of the earth.
Geology.
Isabel. Correct. Game played by hitting a ball into small holes. Taylor.
Golf.
Correct. Kicking the ball through these gets your team 3. Aiden.
Goals.
Incorrect. European nation whose capital is Athens. Jacob.
Greece.
Correct. Erie, Superior, Michigan. Taylor.
Great Lakes.
Correct. Respiratory organs of fish. Jacob.
Gills.
Correct. The real name of Dr. Seuss. Time. King Kong was a giant one of these. Angela.
Gorilla.
Correct. And 1 followed by 100 zeros or a powerful internet search. Isabel.
Google.
Correct. All right, that's our questions. Here we go. James Garfield was the president, 20th president, second to be assassinated. Let's see what else we had here. Goal posts. Goal post is what we're looking for in the complete question. Kicking the ball through these gets your team 3 points. You got to kick it through the goal posts. And Dr. Seuss, you guys look like you knew who it was, but it just couldn't come to anybody. Remember now that you're not under pressure?
Is it Theodore Seuss Geis?
Geisel. Yeah, there you go. Theodore Geisel. All right, that is the end of our final round. We'll be right back with our final score after this break. Please stay tuned.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome back. Our final score for today's match is Newbridge Middle School 50 and Northwoods Park 40. We'd like to announce also that this is our final Derby match for this season, and we had a great year with all of our middle school teams and coaches and players. They did an awesome job getting the kids ready for our matches this year, and we are going to now announce who the top 3 teams are that finished out this season with our middle school academic derby. In third place this season with 2 wins and 118 points total for the season is Trexler Middle School. So congratulations to Trexler. Finishing in second place with 2 wins also and 132 points overall is our team from Northwoods Park. Good job, guys. And our championship team, or our champion team this year, Middle School Academic Derby, with 3 outright wins and 140 points total scored for this season, is our team from Newbridge Middle School. So congratulations, Newbridge. This has been a very exciting season with Middle School Academic Derby. The weather threw some kinks into our plans, so it did cut our season a little bit differently as we go through. But we'd like to thank you for joining us on Middle School Academic Derby this season. We'd also like to thank our scorekeeper, Ms. Becky Sewell, for helping us out today, and our others that have volunteered their time during our Middle School Academic Derby season for their assistance with all of our matches. So for all of us at Onslow County Schools, we'd like to thank you for watching and have a great evening.